Well, hello there, TCG fam. It is I, Nyx, back, feeling better than ever. I have returned from my sickness just in time to debut something very special and something very new. This is Altered Beyond the Gates. If you have not yet heard of the TCG Altered, I don't blame you. It is brand new, but a lot of people have been diving into it, us included. We've learned how to play, and we've started to invest quite a bit in this TCG, as it has a very unique way of trading cards and valuing them. Before we get deeper into Altered and the pack itself, I thought I'd read you a little bit of lore from the Altered website. And there's a reason why we're going to be focusing on the website, because when it comes to Altered and all of the cards involved, well, it's very heavy on the digital side and very lore heavy as well. So all of you who love to read about the cards, about the world, this is the game for you. Let's explore. So here's a quick thing. Just again from the website itself, dive into the world of Altered during a planetary cataclysm now known as the Confluence. A magical storm swept over the world, merging the imaginary world and our own and transforming everything in its path. A few secluded human communities managed to survive and laid the foundations of a new civilization on the peninsula that would become known as Asgartha. Maybe you can see the peninsula here on the Altered official playmat. There are several of them that are out now, and these come from Gamegenic. So this is Asgartha here, and it just makes for a beautiful, stunning landscape. After a few hundred years, with peace and prosperity finally secured, humanity has decided to venture beyond the frontiers of its home. 6 leading factions have chosen their heroes to lead courageous expeditions beyond the gates, where the tumult? I'm still learning myself, TCG fam. Where the tumult, a remnant of the confluence of old, still mutates everything in its wake. All right. So that's just a little bit of the lore, a very, very tiny bit of it from the website of Altered here. Once again, Gamegenic, kind of part of this, but who makes Altered, flip this upside down here, is Equinox, and I believe they are a French company. So this game was quickly funded on Quickstarter and is very popular across the world already, predominantly in Europe, here in the United States, and in some other countries. So really cool to see this game pick up speed so quickly. And I think the way that the card value system, the marketplace when it comes to trading and buying and selling cards, is really going to fascinate a lot of you here, TCG fam. So without further ado, let's pop open this box of Altered Beyond the Gates, talk a little bit about what I know so far about Altered, and just explore the cards. Let's get to it. So I think it's very important to note here that when it comes to the cards, you'll notice that we're not actually displaying any value from TCG Player. And there's a reason for that, because there are no values on TCG Player. The only way to get these cards right now is through a market vary, through Facebook, through Discord, online. And there's no real value to the cards either. People are just kind of making up prices as they go. And once again, there is a reason for that, and it's super cool. So I keep teasing it, but let's just get to it. You saw Chopper was able to slice a nice little opening for us. Let us go beyond the gates. So there we have it. Here is our box of Altered, featuring different heroes from all of the different clans, the different guilds here in the Altered universe. And man, that's a real test for me. There's Axiom, there's Bravos, And the only reason I know those two is because those are the two that Sakti and I play. I have to remember, and the cards will remind us. I think this is Ymir, and that's about all I got. So let's explore. Opening up the box here. And there we go. 36 altered booster packs, each with 12 cards within them, featuring this awesome whale creature that is also a land, as you can see there, someone on top of it. And it looks like the Bravos hero there with, I forget his name, but the little fiery cat right here. Can't ever forget his name. His name is Buddha. All right, my friends, so here we go. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to open this box with all of you and finally getting a chance to do it just to see what cool cards we get. Now, there are multiple rarities here. We've got commons, we've got rares, and then we've got altered rares. I don't know if they have an official name yet. I'll explain what that means. And then we've got something called uniques. And just as their name tells you, they are very unique. We'll see if we pull one. All right, so we're going to start with a hero. And right here we have Lindway and Ma. So a hero card is the one that basically has something that it does, an effect that it has, that you usually want to build around because it is your hero that you're wanting to race with your opponent to get to meet your other hero, your companion. I know it's all very confusing, and this video isn't here to teach you how to play, it's just to show off some of these cards. So I definitely recommend scouring the internet to see how to learn how to play Altered. I hear it's very much like Star Wars, although I don't play Star Wars Unlimited. We just open, we just collect, but it's fun, and it's almost like chess in a way, and then it's played. So definitely recommend learning how to play it. We'll put our heroes up here. All right, we are going to start with a Bravos card. This is Mighty Jin. Mechanical Training. Haven Warrior, a great card. Aja. Hathor. Yongsu, Verdant Weaver. Charge, this being a spell card. Celestial Blast. And now we have our first rare card. And I know it's rare because it's full art, and it also has this blue gem up here. So rare cards are very interesting. In this case, Mechanical Training. If we bring out one of our common cards, Mechanical Training here. Notice the difference when it comes to the effect. Mechanical Training, just the normal one, the common, you activate the summon triggers of a target permanent you control. In this one, you activate the summon triggers of up to 2 target permanents you control. You'll also, oops, it's hard to hold it all with my hands here. You'll also notice there's a difference in the cost and resummon. So in the case of the rare one, if you want this Mechanical Training in your deck, it's going to cost 2 to come out as opposed to 1 to come out, but it does impact up to 2 as opposed to just 1. So you'll notice that. So there's the difference in the rare cards being that they're slightly altered, and there's also slightly different art. You may have noticed that as well. You have the normal one here where the robot doesn't look to be quite finished, but he's getting closer there when it comes to the rare. So quite literally altered in that it's rarity. So we're going to put the rares with the rest of them. Now we're going to move on to Muna Caregiver, which if we had one to compare it to, it would have different stats than just the regular common Muna Caregiver. And then our last rare is going to be Boom. And I'm going to point out, hopefully you can see it down here. There is an F. It's got the number of it. So difficult to see. And then there's an F right there. That means that this card is an altered version of a card that's exactly the same. It's Boom, but now it's in purple. It's in the purple faction. I know this is a lot of information, TCG fam, and it's easier to have the cards in your hand to kind of see those differences. But when it has an F, let's check out this rare. This one just has an R, indicating that it's a rare. This normally comes in the Axiom faction, the brown one. This one does not normally come in the purple faction, Ymir. So it is an altered version of whichever color this Boom originates from, which I believe is Axiom brown. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. I know it's all over the place, and I'll explain a little bit about what this is. None of these cards that we're going to get here are foiled. You'll notice that as we go through these 36 packs. None of them. This is how you get foils for your deck. This very unique QR code. You scan it into your digital library, your digital collection, and then you can physically order it. You can order whatever rare you want directly from Altered in foil. Since I have a rare foiler, I can unlock that. They will send this to me in foil. So there's so much. It's so different. It's so unique, but it's just so cool, which is one reason why I'm so into this Altered TCG right now. Such a unique way of doing it, and it makes it that much more fun. Move all this down, put that there. All right, before I continue opening packs, I'll go into a little explanation of what you see down here. You also have another QR code on this Hathor. When I scan that code, that unique code to this card specifically, into my library, into my app, it becomes mine. I own the digital rights and I own the physical rights to that card. It becomes very important when it comes to uniques. And I'm really hoping we pull a unique from this box because I'd love to explain it with something to show you. But the only way we're going to find out that is if we keep going. So here we have another leader. They all come with a leader. This is Astadi and Surge. They are a Boros leader. Or, yes, Boros. Boros? I get it confused. Bravos. It's Bravos, because Boros is from Magic the Gathering. Bravos. All right. Ishunboshi. Ugh. Tongue-tied today. Foundry Engineer. Sun Wukong. A Muna Caregiver, so we'll notice the different stats from the rare Muna Caregiver to the non-rare, the common. Tanuki. Daughter of Yggdrasil. Grand Endeavor. Baba Yaga. And now we have a Ratatosker. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but we've got a rare flying squirrel here from the Bravos faction, followed by a rare red. Now red has the F. Red normally belongs to the Bravos faction, but is currently in the Ymir faction here on this rare card. And Aether Shard rare. So it's not only can we get creatures, characters in rares, but we can also get landmarks. This one is a permanent landmark, Aether Shard, where you get to draw a card when you play it. Not bad. And then it'll be followed up by a token character, a companion. This is Buddha. I love him. Rin and Orchid. going to be our leader card, followed by Ada Lovelace, Isunboshi, Nurture, a Capella Training, Inari, Kuwat the Dissenter, Monolith Archivist. Off you go. Kalon Cylinder. See, I need a couple of these for my Bravos deck, but it's an Axiom card, so I'm looking for the rare version, the altered rare version of the Kalon Cylinder. And Kappa here. Oh, nice. And Atlas. That's going to be followed by a common foiler that we can scan in and get a common card. All right, Arak and Kibble, one of my favorites. I don't use them in my deck. I play Bravos. I don't play the pink, which I think is Lyra. I think it's Lyra is the name of the guild, but I really love the art. Oh, that's a leader. We'll put them there. Okay. All right, Brass Bug Hive, a Kappa, Lyra Thespian, Mana Reaping, Esmeralda, the Council, the Kraken. I love the Kraken. Celebration Day. This is going to be a rare Mighty Djinn for the Lyra faction. Teamwork Training. And another Aether Shard landmark. Then we get a token Brass Bug. I might start going through these a little quicker only because there's 36 packs here, friends. 36. All right, Sebastian Marmo here for the Axiom Guild. That's a leader. Kelonic Generator. Mana Channeling. Copelia. Mind Hypothesis. Aloe Vera. Celebration Day. Alice, the Monolith Ordis Bastion, a rare Kalon Burst, rare Kaline Elemental, which is normally in the brown faction, the Axiom, and a Monolith Legate. Ordis, that's the name of the blue faction. So Ordis is a lot of kind of like making white in Magic the Gathering. It creates a lot of little guys and can flood the board really quickly, and can get kind of out of hand. Waru and Mac, our first Ordis hero. Foundry Mechanic, Tiny Djinn, the Foundry Axiom Bastion, Ride the Bifrost, Bountiful Meadow, Paper Herald, Moonlight Jellyfish, it's cute, Kakoba, the Legion Commander, a rare Haven Trainee, rare Daughter of Yggdrasil, and our final rare of the pack, the Sneezer Shroom. He's so cute. Here we go. We have a Ymir hero. This is Akisha and Taru. Axiom Reprocessor. Helping Hand. Jian, Assembly Overseer, Son of Yggdrasil, Martingale, Meditation Training, Baba Yaga, Monolith Liget, Ordis Spy, super cool when it's the rare version. And this happens to be an Ordis character, so normally blue, but because it's got the F, it's been altered to be a Bravos character. The Spindle, Muna Bastion, and Thoth. Take a moment to just clean these up so it can get out of hand pretty quickly when you're dealing with 6 different factions, and of course all the leader cards to go along with it. Now, as of right now, there is only 6 leaders, or excuse me, there's 6 factions, and within each faction there's 3 leaders. So what does that mean? 6 times 3, so we're looking at 18. There's 18 leaders currently, and no doubt they have plans to make more leaders and potentially more factions. That would be interesting. All right, Fen and Crowbar here. They are Lyra, Shenlong, one of my favorites, Kalon Elemental, Physical Training, Lyra Scald, Beauty Sleep, Lyra Navigator, Ymir Stargazer, Ordis Carrier. That can be a very scary card when it's the rare version. Ouroboros Trickster. There we go, the rare there. Robin Hood, he has been a menace. It seems like this is the card that everybody seems to hate or want right now. Not specifically this Robin Hood, but there's multiple versions of Robin Hood, as you can imagine. And he's been a pain. Characters your opponents play cost 1 more resource, and that can be devastating. Oh, and here we go. Okay. This is what we call a unique. Let me just put this down. So a unique is exactly that, unique. The card that I am currently holding in my hand, this specific one, is the only copy of this Bravos Vanguard that exists in the world. In the world. So this is the only one that has the stats like this and the abilities like this. This particular Bravos Vanguard. So when it comes to scanning, when I scan it into my collection, it becomes mine via the digital rights and the physical, because I own the physical card. I could trade or sell this to someone in a digital format. I sell them the digital or trade them the digital rights to this card. It comes out of my collection and now it belongs to them. But I get to keep the physical card myself. I cannot play it in any official tournaments, but I can play it with my friends. I can, if they allow me to. I still get to keep this for my collection. But now the person who got the digital rights to it can print to order this particular unique. So as of right now, I'm the only one who has this card, but who knows? Maybe someone else can print it and own it as well later down the line. So that is what's so cool about uniques. You can only have 3 of them in your deck. Only 3. So very cool, very neat, and I'm glad we pulled one, and we pulled one in Axiom, so that will make Sakti very happy. This is my boy. We got Kojo and Buddha. I love these two. Mana Channeling, Kelonic Generator, Loki. I'm gonna put that there. There we go. All right, we'll get Loki here. The Spindle, Muna Bastion, Tanuki, Aether Shard, Thoth, Lady of the Lake, one of the best, most beautiful art cards, and I have a unique one, which is so cool. All right, so now we are going to get an Axiom Salvager rare. The Monolith Ordis Bastion. I know a certain someone who's been looking for this for his deck. It's an evil small step, giant leap. And this you can just use as, this is a token, but you can basically use it as your mana which, similar to Lorcana, you use the cards in your deck. There's no specific mana cards. You use things like mana channeling as your mana. You just flip it down like that. All right, Sigismar and Wingspan. I don't know. He's the one who helps build a bunch of little token creatures. Tinkerbell, Intimidation, Inari, Loki, Cernunnos, Moonlight Jellyfish, Robin Hood. So Robin Hood in blue, which is, I believe, what he normally is. Lady of the Lake, and we will get a rare Ada Lovelace, a rare Nurture, ooh, that looks pretty, and a rare Conjuring Seal, followed by a common foiler. Here we go. We are seeing now an Axiom hero. This is Sierra and Oddball. She creates brass bug creatures. And the Ratatosker, Ogun. Here we go. So it's called Kybara Asgarthan Leviathan. Big Whale. Lyra Festival, Muna Druid, Spycraft, Ordis Trooper, Tooth Fairy, a rare Harvest, rare Geon Assembly Overseer, and ooh, very nice, we're going to get a unique The Hatter. All right. So once again, another unique card. It's got the gold gem, the gold border. Very important that if you pull a unique, scan that as soon as possible. You'll notice that if you're trying to scan any of these through the video, they've already been scanned into mine. It's not going to work. So it's important to note, and also important for us as content creators opening these to remember, scan your cards before you post your video. Another Axiom hero, Traced and Rossum. Bravos Vanguard here. Kalon Elemental. Achilles. Oh, the Dracana. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Lyra Navigator. Sticky Note Seals. Magical Training. Monolith Rune Scribe. Oh wow, I haven't seen the Council in Bravos color. That's a nice rare right there. So that's pretty cool. So the on play, the play from hand, and the believe that's play from reserve triggers of characters facing me don't activate. That could be pretty nasty to shut someone down. Here is the Hatter Lyra, so you'll notice the difference between these two. Let's see, what is the difference? One of them's going to be the cost. This is the unique, this is the rare, and one of them's going to be its discard effect. Up to one target character with hand cost 3 or less other than me gains anchored, which, again, not going to explain the rules at the moment, and then target character with hand cost 3 or less gains anchored. So it's the same thing. I'm going to have to look more into that. What makes the unique more better to put in your deck. All right, and Brass Bug Hive in Ymir colors. It's still so early in this game, but I just think it shows a lot of promise and is so much fun to play. All right, Tasia and Naura. I don't know, Big Fox. There's Boom in its normal Axiom brown, red in her normal Bravos red. The Hydracana, Twinkle Twinkle, Son of Yggdrasil, Conjuring Seal. I love this one, Quetzalcoatl, Ymir Stargazer, and onto our rares, the Foundry Armorer. Oh, cool, a rare Loki, that's nice. And, ooh, I know several people that would want this bad boy. So this is a unique Dracana. Hehehehe. That's very cool. These guys are pretty nasty. So he gains a boost depending on how many landmarks you have, or locations, if you will. And he's cool. That's a cool unique. This is pretty looking. All right. 3 uniques so far. That's not bad, TCG fam. I think it's worth pointing out this is not the Kickstarter box. The Kickstarter box does look different. This is just the normal one that you can get from an LGS, assuming your LGS has invested in Altered. All right, Basira and Kaizaimon. So he's pretty awesome. I'm building a deck around him at the moment, so I'll pause for a minute. Once again, by the way, you can pause the video at any point in time. I know I'm going through these fast, but there's 36 packs, and I don't want y'all to have to stay here and listen to me talk all night. Bravos Tracer, Axiom Scrambler, the Lyra Cloth Dancer, the Coniferal Cone Man. I think that's the first time I've seen that. Twinkle Twinkle, Teamwork Training, Alice, Haven Bouncer, a very good card, gains a couple boosts. Hooked, also a pretty good card. Ride the Bifrost. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Right, Sierra and Oddball. So that's our leader. Axiom Salvager. Mana Eruption. To me, it just looks like he's using Rasengan. So he's about to Rasengan the Kraken there. That's pretty awesome. Kalon Cylinder. Lyra Chronicler. Bountiful Meadow. So there's a landmark, a land. Ouroboros Trickster. Open the Gates. Magical Training. Another rare Lyra Loki. The Sandman. Ooh. And this guy's pretty good. This is Sakurabru, which I believe is normally in the Lyra or the Ymir faction, but in this case, in the Bravos. Cool. Not bad. There are so many cards in these booster boxes that it can get out of control very quickly here. All right, another Teja and Naura, I don't know, Big Fox. Hua Mulan. 3 little pigs. The Dracana. And Anisai, let's see. Anansi. Kitsune. Ozma. This is Kadagiran Alchemist. Sticky Note Seals. I think that's so funny. They throw sticky notes at people, which honestly would be my personal hell. No, so much to do, all the sticky notes. We are going to have a rare The Hatter for Bravos, Muna Druid, and the Kadagiran Alchemist rare. Nice. Sigismar and Wingspan. The Haven Bouncer. Kalen Burst. Kodama. This is cute and weird. all in. So one quick thing about the Lyra faction, so that's going to be the pink. They're pretty cool if you're into some chaos. They're definitely like my second favorite. I really like the idea of rolling dice and letting that kind of tell the story on what you're doing. And that's what that faction is, at least part of that faction. One of their leaders is all about rolling the dice and seeing where you go. Muna Merchant, and Muna is the green faction. The Monolith, Ordis Bastion, Baku, Anubis, so cool. A Bravos Vanguard in Rare a cappella training, and Rare Conjuring Seal. So we're going to get Auroch, it's Auroch or Aurake and Kibble. The Kalen Cylinder, Haven Bravos Bastion. This is cool. I want them to make a mat of that. That would be a cool playmat. Coppelia, which is also super cool. Hathor. Then we have Parvati, or Parvati. Ordis Cadets. The Katagiran Alchemist. Another Robin Hood. Nice, a rare Hua Mulan, a rare Hathor, and a rare Celebration Day. Interesting. This one has a very interesting effect where expeditions can't move forward this day. That could really stall somebody, but it costs a lot. Ooh, and it's going to be followed by a unique foiler, so I can use this to foil one of our uniques. Alright, we still have plenty of packs left, but I just want to make some room here. Alright, let's keep going. It is a long journey beyond those gates. Asgartha is so cool, but we want to explore further, see how the world has changed after the cataclysm, the confluence. The lore is just so cool. Alright. So we have Golrang and Toxin, Ordis hero there. 3 little pigs. Physical training. Foundry armorer. Lyra Scald. Beauty sleep. Isitok. Where is blue? There's blue. Okay. Banishing gate. The frog prince. A rare sticky note seals, and this is not Ordis, this is in Axiom. The Sneezer Shroom, so cute. And rare monolith archivist. Alright. So a little, at least what I have found for these factions, it's not necessarily 100% true, but just what I've been seeing. So we talked about Lyra being the dice. We'll talk a little bit about Bravos. Bravos is a bit more like the aggro. You're going to get some cheaper, easy to throw out creatures that have decent stats to get going and moving really fast. It also allows you to pump up your characters. They boost them, which is giving them a +1 to all of their stats here when it comes to expeditions. So that's a little bit about Bravos, more on the aggro side. And I can go into a little bit about Axiom here. Axiom's like a mixture between Bravos and Ordis. You can create creatures. It's got a little bit of control there within it. I'd say maybe it's even a mixture of Bravos, Ordis, and Ymir in the fact that it deals with spells and manipulation and like building up the whole building of your board. So that's just of these 3. We'll talk about the others here in a little bit. Kojo and Buddha, Dr. Frankenstein, Atlas, I love Atlas, he's so good, Armored Jammer, Parvati, the Sandman, Kuwat, the Dissenter, the Monolith Archivist, Small Step, Giant Leap. Oh, that's cool. Yes, 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 I got it. We needed this for my deck. The Kalon Cylinder in Bravos. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we'll have the Lyra Thespian, sorry, I'll say it 8 different times, different ways, here in rare. And, ooh, a Lyra Scald Unique. Oh, that is so cool. So basically a bard. But you can see the art is quite different from the Lyra Scalds that we got before. But this one is a unique, and it is very beautiful. Very cool. Love to see that. Oh, love getting these uniques. It's just so cool to know that I'm the only one holding this card in my hand, the only one that exists in the world. So cool. All right, Subhash and Marmo, Bravos Pathfinder, one of my favorite cards, and easily one of the, I would say she's really good. She just has decent stats there in Mountain and Water, which makes her a really good card to play early on, thus the Bravos, thus the aggro side of things. Brassbug Hub, the Paint Prison, Verdant Beck, the Anansi, Gift of Self. Oh my god, Jeanne d'Arc is so cool. Her rare card is so beautiful. Oh, so cool. Flammel. A rare Dr. Frankenstein in Lyra. Oh, that's pretty. The Baba Yaga rare is really nice. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and a moonlight jellyfish. Look at that. So this one being changed from, I think, purple to brown now includes some text for robots. When a robot joins your expeditions, you may sacrifice me to give it 2 boosts. So really playing into the whole robot idea of the Axiom fraction. Okay. So we can talk a little bit about the Ymir faction here, purple. That's going to be kind of like blue in Magic. A lot of control, a lot of spells. Not really my forte, but I know a ton of people like to play that style. So if you are into controlling your opponent and the board as much as you can, you're going to want to go for the Ymir faction. One of the more difficult ones to use as well. At least in my opinion, it's more difficult. All right, Waru and Mac. Boom. Put it in the hoop and slam. Chiron. The Ouroboros. Lyra Bastion. Oh, Spindle Harvesters. I'm surprised this is the first time we've seen them in this box. Oh, and Osmodius is so cool. I love Osmodius. Ordis Spy. Conjuring Seal, Thoth, a rare Brassbug Hive, oh, a rare Mana Channeling, that's so cool. See, it looks just like Rasengan. And a rare Robin Hood there, so cards your opponent costs, cards your opponent's play cost 1 more. That's evil, that's just straight evil. Oh, man. All right, this is the first time we see Arjun and Spike, a Muna hero. So dealing with the green here, we'll talk a little bit about that after this pack. Hua Mulan, Tinkerbell, Mana Eruption, Aloe Vera, Cloth Cocoon, Open the Gates, Baba's Isba, Ordis Carrier, and rare mana channeling, but this time in a Bravos, so in its normal coloring. Oh, see, we got rare spindle harvesters. It's so cute. So cute. And a rare Flamel. Neat. Okay, so talking a little bit about the green. So green kind of builds off of itself. It uses a lot of anchored cards, which once again, I'm not going to really explain too much about that. But they're basically cards that like to stay out in play an extra turn. And they like to build off of each other, like plants, right? You got a plant and they kind of grow and grow. And that's really the best way I can explain it. They grow, they get stronger. So they really feed off of each other. And I think this, I'd call it maybe a lot of comboing, but I don't know if that's really the right way to describe it. But they've got a lot of cute creatures too. So if that's your thing, go for it. And we'll talk about Ordis after this next pack. Right, Atsadi and Surge. All right, Tomoe Gozen, quite the card. I think he's really cool. Athena, Bravos Blade Dancer, the Lyra Chronicler, Daughter of Yggdrasil, Mind Apotheosis, Cadrigan Mage Dancer, Ordis Gatekeeper, a rare red, nice, good stuff, a rare Ride the Bifrost, it's pretty, and then we have Haven Trainee here in Ordis, oof, don't like to see red cards turn to blue, but I think it's a good leeway into the Ordis faction. And why do I hate blue so much? All right, hate is a strong word, but blue right now is known as one of the stronger decks out there, because it can flood the board very quickly if it's not kept in check. So as you can see, this creates an Ordis Recruit 1/1/1 soldier token in each of your expeditions. And the whole point of the Ordis faction is they're clearly, building an army. They're all about justice and, what's it called? Order. Yeah. Order, righteousness, whatever you want to call it. So they're building an army, and you can end up with so many of these Ordis Recruit tokens just by the way that the decks are made, how the cards are made to make these things. And just, it can get out of hand so quickly when you're trying to fend off a whole bunch of these Ordis recruits. So blue is all about creating little guys and flooding the board with little guys to really annoy your opponent. But it is very strong, I cannot deny. So that's just a little bit about them all. So this is Muna, green is Muna, blue is Ordis, purple is Ymir, brown is Axiom, red is Bravos, and pink is Lyra. So Navenka and Blotch, this one is the one who uses the dice rolls. So as you can see there, can be either really good or very devastating. It's all about the luck, the roll. Sun Wukong, Foundry Engineer, Ouroboros Croupier, Mana Reaping, Lyra Festival, Studious Disciple, Ordis Spy, Dorothy Gale, and this is going to be a rare Muna Druid in Axiom, Inari, and a Moonlight Jellyfish. Those were all three rares. All right, we're back to Lindui and Ma. Mighty Jin. I like Mighty Jin. Keelan Burst, or Kylon. I don't know, I pronounce everything strangely. Bravos Tracer. She's an awesome card for that aggro effect. Probably the most aggro card in the deck. Kodama. Lyra Cloth Dancer. Ozma. Small Step, Giant Leap. The Ordis Trooper. Oh, that is beautiful and rare. Wow, the Mind Hypothesis. That's beautiful. Kakoba, the Legion Commander. Oh, I love this card. So I love it in Bravos, of course, but we did get a unique of her. One of our friends traded us, so thank you so much. But this one here is the Lady of the Lake in Bravos, and the art is so stellar. If they made a mat of Lady of the Lake, it's all over. I'm getting it. Take my money. Take my money. Equinox. Ooh, I don't think I've seen this guy. Ooh, Aphanas and Senka. That's pretty. Cool. All right, you've got Ganesha, the Haven Trainee. Hooked. Kitsune. Ouroboros Trickster. The Sakarabu. Grand Endeavor. Kraken's Wrath. All right, Ouroboros Inkcaster there in Axiom. The Verdant Bach, big giant turtle. And Kuwat, the Dissenter. Those were 3 rares with a rare foiler at the end. Fen and Crowbar. Shenlong. Axiom Salvager. Intimidation. This one is hard. Cernunos. Amal. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Asgarthan Outcast. That's a cool card. He's like summoning a tornado. That is neat. Muna Caregiver. Ordis Attorney. The Katagar, the Yzmir Bastion. There we go. Mana Eruption. Kojo and Buddha there. So cool. A rare Asmodeus. And a rare Anubis there to finish up the pack. Cool stuff. One thing I want to note is when it comes to deck building, now there's a fun challenge as well. So each deck is 40 cards, and I believe 39 including your leader. Your leader does count. So you can only have 40 cards, and you can only have 15 rares. 15 rares, 3 cards maximum for the name. So I could only have maybe 1 Axiom Salvager common, 2 Axiom Salvager rares, for example. And when it comes to unique cards, you can only have a max of 3 in your deck. So it makes things tricky coming to building the decks, but something unique, which makes me think that there's not going to be necessarily like a meta, but I may be naive and just hoping that there's something not like meta, but there usually always is. All right, Rin and Orchid. Got the Bravos Pathfinder, Foundry Mechanic, Red, the Amal Asgarthan Outcast, Verdant Bach, the Paint Prison, Baba's Isba, Paper Herald, and on to the rares, we have Martingale. Oh, that's cute. Ooh, nice. A rare Hydracana. It's been a while since we got him, so now I can't pronounce his name. And another rare Kuwat, the Dissenter. Some more foilers, too. That's great. That's great stuff. All right, Sebastian Marmo, Mechanical Training, Atlas, Sneezer Shroom, the Hatter, Coniferal Cone Man. Coniferal Cone Man. That, try saying that. Coniferal Cone Man 3 times fast. Gift to Self, the Frog Prince, Baku. There's another rare Osmodeus. At this time, he's in Bravos colors. Ooh, I can finally get this little guy in my deck. That's cool. This is beautiful. Wow. Meditation Training. Gorgeous rare. And Ada Lovelace in purple. Nice. All right, so we are finally down to our last 6 packs. Wow. That means we've gone through 30 packs, TCG fam. Whew. It is a long video, and I apologize, but we are debuting a brand new TCG here, and just, it's one that I have fallen in love with. So excited to do this, and so excited to be here with you to share my knowledge, to share my love, and I really hope that all of you are at least fascinated by Altered. Maybe you want to try it out. Definitely recommend. So much fun to play, so much fun to build decks. And if you've got questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments. If I'm not the one who can answer them, someone in the internet certainly could. So please ask your questions, ask away, tell us what you think of Altered and the idea of, I don't want to call them NFTs, but it's a hybrid when it comes to physical cards and the actual digital rights to it. So just very unique. Share your thoughts as always. We love reading them. All right, Arjun and Spike. He's a little cactus. Ada Lovelace. Achilles. The Foundry, Axiom Bastion. Mowgli. This is the first Mowgli we've seen. Is that Baloo? I would assume so. The Hatter. Aether Shard. Quetzalcoatl. Flamel. Nice. A rare Bravos Tracer. Look at her shoes. That's so cool. Yes, she resembles Tracer from a certain Blizzard game. Alright. It's called Overwatch. I know. Alright. Cernunos. See, if I don't think too much about it, I can say it. And Tooth Fairy rare. Okay, Traced and Rosum. Or Trist. Traced, Trist. Bravos Vanguard. Brassbug Hub. The Hydrocana. Ouroboros Croupier. Sneezer Shroom. Oops. Ordis Cadets. The Studious Disciple. Look at him holding a book. Monolith Rune Scribe. And on to the rares, a rare Athena, which is cool to say. A rare Keelon Burst. And a rare Charge. I don't think we've seen Charge. So this is going to be in green, so it's Muna, but you can see a bunch of Ordis members of the army, the Ordis army, fighting the Kraken. I don't think I've seen this before. That's awesome. And all characters you control gain 1 boost. That is not a bad card. Not bad at all. Alright, Nevenka and Blotch. The Haven Bravos Bastion. It's a good card. Foundry Armorer. The Tiny Jin. Ouroboros Inkcaster. Harvest. That's cool. Off you go. The Kakoba Legion Commander. We're going to get a Dorothy Gale. And another Bravos Vanguard. Rare. For my red there. Amel, the Asgarthan outcast. So now we get to see him in rare, and he's pink. Yeah, so he's always pink. But he's got like purple leaves now, and he looks cool. This is so cool. I love this card. And then Beauty Sleep. Very nice in purple. So one thing we've been doing with our friends who have started to play the game is they've picked their colors. In one case, we have a friend who plays Ordis. And since Sakti and I don't play Ordis, a lot of the cards that we've got for Ordis are kind of up for grabs for him. We trade him for things like Axiom and Bravos and even some Lyra stuff. So it's really fun to play with friends because you kind of pick your faction, you pick your tribe, and then from there you can buy a box together and split. Like, hey, I got all the Bravos cards and you get all the blue, the Ordis cards. And that has made it fun too. But I'll point out that it doesn't guarantee that he's going to get all of our Ordis cards. Just some trading fodder there. Fen and Crowbar. Dr. Frankenstein. Bravos Blade Dancer. Axiom Scrambler. Ouroboros Inkcaster. Aja. Charge. Celestial Blast. Jeanne d'Arc. Oh, that's pretty. That's really cool in brown, the Ouroboros Lyra Bastion. Paint Prison Rare. Oh, cool. The Thoth is doing it. And, oops, the Gift of Self in blue. Oh, that's pretty. Rare cards are just so pretty. The art in Altered is really, really nice. And we are down to our last 2 packs. Whew. I'm working up a sweat here, and it's just because 36 packs, each with 12 cards, is a lot. I think it's a really good deal. I mean, look at this. This is just green, and that is a chunk of cards. I've been able to build at least 3 decks with just 1 booster box that we've opened. And yes, we had to do a little bit of trading, but overall, we've had 1 booster box. Now this booster box, I think we have enough to build multiple decks of each faction if we want. So it's a really good deal, and it's a really fun card game. I know I sound like such a fangirl here, such a simp for Altered, but I really do love it, and I really recommend it. All right. Aphanas and Senka. We are going to start this pack with a GN Assembly Overseer, Kappa, Harvest, Lyra Thespian, Yongsu Verdant Weaver, Kraken's Wrath, Ordis Attorney, the Kraken. And one thing I want to point out with the Kraken, he costs 7, so he's expensive, but all regions are water and lose their other types. That becomes devastating, and it's also why all his resources are into water. It just, if you learn the rules, again, this isn't the video for it, maybe I'll make one down the road, but it can be very, very devastating with this guy. All right, Axiom Scrambler, rare, that's cool. Ordis Attorney. So you can see the difference in the art here. She's actually casting a spell in the rare version of the card. It's neat. And ooh, a unique here. Paper Herald unique. And it's in Lyra. Yeah, that's 5 uniques in this box. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. Not a single one of them is Ordis though, so sorry, Derek. No Ordis unique, but we still have 1 pack left. Maybe we'll get it. Now I really hope that Derek is watching this with us tonight. All right, Acacia and Taru. All right, Haven Warrior, the Axiom Reprocessor, Chiron, the Sandman, meditation training, the Ouroboros Lyra Bastion, there we go, Sakarabru, the Council. Ooh, nice. All right, I needed one of these. A Helping Hand rare, Aloe Vera rare, it's cute, and we will finish things off with a Studious Disciple, which I hope all of you become studious disciples here of Two Girls One Up, learning from us when it comes to different TCGs, especially when Sakti unveils her newest, yes, her newest segment, which will be pretty fun. I'm not going to tell you about it yet. I'm going to let her debut it. It's her baby. And let me tell you, you guys are going to love it. A little bit of ASMR, a little bit of storytelling, and just a blast from the past for some of them. So that'll be pretty cool. But that was Altered Beyond the Gates. So the first box of Altered we've opened here on this channel. They have just announced, they being Equinox, has just announced the newest set that will be coming out. I forget what the name of it was, but no spoilers for the cards yet, just the name and I think some images. Go onto the website, just Google Altered TCG. You can go to their website, you can read all of the lore. Every single card, from what I understand, has its own lore, which is insane to me. Insane. So if you want lore, you've got it here. We'll do a quick flip through of all of this because it is quite a bit. It has been a long video and I apologize, but I just want to make sure that if you missed anything, you're here to see it now. So we're starting with Yzmir. Oops. Oh man, this is tough. All right, I'm going to move on to Axiom. Now we will do my faction, the Bravos. So pretty. Excellent. So we have done, let's see, these three down here. Let's move on to Lyra. Perfect. Two more left here. This is going to be Muna. And last but, okay, we'll say last but not least, is Ordis. Now, Ordis is a good deck. They're very good, actually. Too good. Alright, so there we go. There were the main ones. I'm not going to go through the leaders here. I'll let you kind of explore those on your own, but we will, of course, go over our uniques. So again, getting a Paper Herald unique, a Lyra Scald unique, oops, the Dracana, I don't know, the cute dragon guy, the Hatter unique, and the Bravos Vanguard here. So very cool stuff, not to mention all of our foilers here. This is altered. This is the altered TCG. To me, it's more like it's a game. It's just a fun game where you can open packs, not worry at all about value upon ripping. It's just all about getting the cards you need for a deck and potentially pulling something that you could trade for something else that you want to use. So that's why I love it. I'm not here to find a specific chase card because maybe I can trade for a chase card. I don't even know what the chase card would be. I don't know all of the different uniques that exist out there. So something so cool. 100% recommend Altered. But anyway, I could go on and on about the game forever, but this video is already quite long. So with that, without further ado, if you enjoyed this ASMR experience, this ASMR trip with Two Girls, One Up, with Nyx, myself, here through Asgartha, and just beyond the gates of it, into the expedition zones, then please like and subscribe. Let us know what your thoughts, your comments, your questions. That's what the comment section is for here. So everyone, let's take a nice deep breath there and have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Whenever you're watching this video, just know that I appreciate you being here and letting me spill some of my excitement for this brand new TCG. All right, friends. Nyx out.